What is good, everyone? It is your boy Thriller here, and we are here for the last week of PUDL. And I want to actually show you guys something right now. We legitimately have a shot to make playoffs. From what I understand from Kazweeb, I think his name was. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. He said as long as we win, we pretty much should make it in no matter what. I think as long as we win 2-0. Yeah, as long as we win 2-0 or higher, as long as we win 2-0, we pretty much guarantee playoffs. For that point, if we lose, again, if we lose, we 100% will not make the playoffs. If we win, and as long as we win 2-0, we will guarantee playoffs based on what he has told me. But there's still a lot of fighting chances here. We are taking on the undefeated coach, and the coach that I have to take on is the undefeated Willow, and the coach of the Willow's Wisp, which I think is actually a sick name. That's actually really dope. They have the team of Garchomp, Quaquaval, Corviknight, Clefable, Ogerpon, Quarterstone, Alolan Muck, Dondozo, Porygon 2, Bellibolt, Typhlosion, Hisui, and Stantler. A really fat team. We're not going to count the Stantler. Now, knowing Willow, they could either try to go for the perfect season, so they might bring a competitive team versus me, but they also might bring a meme team versus me and maybe not try as hard. But I think Willow's definitely going to have at least a couple of Pokemon that are going to be competitively ready in this matchup, so I do have to take this matchup very seriously. Looking at the team, though, I am expecting from Willow, who I assume has just sent me the challenge. I think the main bulk they're bringing, pretty much bringing their main bulk of Muck, P2, and Dondozo. I think those bulk City Mons just do so well into my team for the majority of the match. Excuse me. I don't think Bellibolt comes. I don't think Bellibolt matches up that great into most of my team. For the Typhlosion, in terms of Terra, I think Fire plus Ghost makes the most sense. Grass can possibly come to this matchup, but I feel like it doesn't really open up the door for a lot of things. So I do think Ghost makes a ton of sense. Plus, I think staying Fire typing to resist having a Fire resistance that's not just Garchomp opens up the door for a lot of the options of the Pokemon. So that's the main reason I see that. For the team that we are bringing, however, we are kicking it off. We're going to try this one last time. I know this set can work. We just need to make it work. It is Toxic Recover, Terra Blast, Millennium Chain. Now, you may notice I don't have a Ghost type move on this set. That is because this is designed to take on everything besides Garchomp. This takes on everything besides Garchomp because Terra Blast lets me be able to take on the Alolan Mug fairly well, which I think is really good with Terra Blast spam. So that way I can be able to hit that thing for not super effective, but neutral damage. I just need to make sure I'm careful and don't click Terra Blast and Terra into it. That's my big thing. We are max HP, 156 defense, 100 def with a modest nature. This is designed to hopefully get the proc off and hopefully start claiming KOs. This thing has a chance to prove that it could still be okay to me. If not, it might prove why I can't draft this Pokemon again. And if I draft it again, I might just make it a fat, annoying Pokemon, which I think is the only way I can run this thing. Up next, we have Vikashock here, my Vikavolt with Sticky Web's agility this week with the Thunderbolt and Bug Buzz. Thunderbolt plus Bug Buzz is unresisted at all from my opponent's roster and cannot really switch into it at all. 76 HP, max special attack, modest nature, and 180 in the speed. With agility, we should be faster than everything. And I think a certain Scarfer of sorts, I think. But also, pretty much, if Garchomp goes for the fire move, then Garchomp runs some fire move. But I don't think it brings a fire move. I think it brings a rock move, if I'm being honest with you. So that's why I'm Shardy Berry, for that specific reason. Up next, we have It's a Rock. It's a rock. The Iron Boulder, who's here to hound down some Mighty Cleaves this week. We are Zen Headbutt, Mighty Cleave, Close Combat, Earthquake, Adamant, Max Attack, 56 into Defense, and 200 Speed, which guarantee makes sure I am faster than Garchomp and below. With Sticky Webs up, this thing can now just pretty much outspeed, and is also faster than everything on my opponent's roster, and literally there is no good resistance to any of the stabs I have here. Up next is Asuka here, and Asuka's redemption arc is finally to come through. We have Swords Dance, Ivy Coverage, Power Whip, Trailblaze, 64 HP, max attack, and enough speed to outspeed the Garchomp. And with this set, we bred the set last time and it got screwed over. This is a set that again can put in the work, win us the game here. We just need to get a bit of chip damage off on some Pokemon and the opportunity to either get the SD off or the Trailblaze plus SD and then win from there. If not, just try to get the SD off and then start a break. Up next, we're also bringing Choice Band-Aid Decidueye with Adamant Max Attack. We are running a lot of more Fizz-Def bulk in this thing with 80 HP, 116 defense, and 60 speed. The 60 speed lets me guarantee outspeed the majority of all the bulk out there. With Scrappy, Triple Arrows is essentially unresisted, followed by Close Combat. We have Roost just in case we get knocked off. And then Leaf Blade only realistically there for the Clefable. Otherwise, I'm just going to be spamming fighting type attacks. And we are Terra Fight this week, so we can just do massive damage. And last one is we have Azura here with a Shuka Bear. We have Sub Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, and Dark Pulse. We are nearly max speed to outspeed everything besides Garchomp. And then the rest in special attack and 40 in defense. So this could be the end of our season. This may not be the end of the season. Let's find out what's going to go down. He brought Stanler, and I once again forgot to put the sounds out. Alright. So he brought Stanler, which I hate. So we see Garchomp, we see the Muk, we see the Porygon 2. We see no Dondozo, which I'll actually gladly take. I don't know why I just clicked Dondozo again. We see Corviknight, which I'm not, like, I mean, Corviknight made some sense for me. We do see Quaquaval. We don't see Typhlosion, which I am very happy not to see that thing. Not gonna lie. And we see a Stantler, which I'm not... Oh, God, man. I really don't want to be stunted on by a Stantler. So the Terra types of Stantler are Normal, Fairy, and Ghost. Normal, Fairy, Ghost. I don't know what... Don't realistically know what he's going to do here, so looking at his options here, my Vikavolt looks insanely good in this matchup. My Archer, I actually just kind of want to lead off with my Archer, really. I get a free basically a free fighting type hit here. You know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to lead with Archer. Archer outspeeds pretty much will outspeed half of his team. And just lets me punch something with Terra Fight. And I can immediately Terra. If I really wanted to. I can immediately Terra. So that way I am not as weak to flying. I would say probably the worst lead would be perfect. So we're going to probably see rocks come up here. Which is going to be a little unfortunate here. But I can't stop that. So if this is a physically defensive Chomp, it will take the hits. However, if this is a Jolly Max HP parent, Close Combat kills this thing. And I would love to get rid of this thing right now. How much are we doing to a Corviknight? Out of curiosity. If this is Fizz-Def. Oh my god, we two-shot that. I'm just clicking Close Combat. I am literally just gonna click Close Combat. If he gets rocks up, that's fine. Because if Corviknight has Defog, I can force the Defog off. But I literally am doing nothing. I was right, Kaz the Weave. I was right in your name. But Bandit Archer, man. And I'm gonna say something. I actually have really enjoyed using Hisuian Decidueye. I think as a Terra Captain, it's really good. And I think that's the only way you can run this Pokemon, sadly. I think with Terra, it has a lot of benefits and a lot of great utility for it, and I'm actually very happy I picked it up. I was able to actually bring it to a couple of games I was really excited about, and overall, I'm just really happy with how it went. It was, of all the transactions, I think it was our most successful transaction Mon that we made, which I'm very happy with. And I'm happy we were able to bring every single Mon that we did make transactions for. So that made me very happy. Kind of talking about some of the Pokemon as well while we're waiting in between turns. That I felt a little disappointed with. Pecharunt was probably the biggest disappointment in my opinion. Pecharunt really, really disappointed me this season. Like, I was hoping Petarant would have been a lot more fun, would have had a lot more great utility and everything, but Petarant was... Oh, yes! Give me this 2 KO. 70%? That's a low roll, sadly. We do outspeed this. Now, if he has speed, we're in big trouble. But he shouldn't have any speed. There should be no reason he goes for this. And more importantly, he should figure that I'm going to switch out here. So I'm just going to click Close Combat again. Also, he's Pressure, which I'm a little surprised to see, but I'm not too surprised. Now, he should U-turn here. He should U-turn here. He should U-turn here. So if that was just max def H, so 70... Yeah, that's 100% physically defensive. And we just got a very low roll. I am going to go for it. Now, unfortunately, if he clicks Brave Bird here, I'm dead. But we prevent him, we weaken this thing down. So that opens up the door a lot for us there. So he might... Yes! Alright, so now when I get Sticky Webs up here, Sticky Webs will be here to stay unless there is Rapid Spin at the level. So in comes Stantler. So Stantler, I'm going to imagine, is potentially Terra Fairy here. So what I think... So let's think here. Let's think about this. So I'm gonna guess for Terra Fairy here. Does Stantler have Volt Switch? U-turn. Okay, does not have any pivoting moves. I think he's just gonna go Terra Fairy here. I have to go into my emoji, and now I can get pretty much a free Toxic here. He's got Terra Ghost. Interesting. Okay, he Terra Ghost. I'm actually a little surprised to see Terra Ghost. I think Terra Ghost was a little bit of a weird bring there. So he is Ghost. But he did pock our weakness policy, which is great. Now the only problem we have is that we can't do anything to this. So let's look at Petarant, Stantler, Ghost. So we can't really do much to Stantler. He is Intimidate, which is good information to know. 252. Terra Blast. Does 33 to 40%. So that's not Adamant, which is good. My guess is that you're Jolly. What's your speed stat? Yeah, you gotta be Jolly. So that was probably a low roll, or you're not max attack. Now with being +2, I actually two-shot this thing. So I think I'm just gonna Malignant Chain here. Okay, 24%. Do get the Toxic with the Puppeteer. Can I get lucky now? Okay, you're gonna Thunder Wave me, that's fine. And I actually just realized something. I was faster than you. So that means you are, like, not Jolly. So you're basically no speed. And you're not, so I think you're specially defensive is basically what happens here. I'm very surprised you would risk the Ghost type move there, though. So let's see here. So you're looking at 24%. This is like max Spadef. Yeah, this has got to be like max Spadef. Because it's definitely not Assault Vested. If it was Assault Vested, it wouldn't be able to do that. So... I think I'm going to fire off a Recover here. Yep, as the Muck comes in. Now Muck is in. Muck cannot beat this. Because without my weakness policy, he does absolutely nothing to me. Yeah, I can pretty much 1v1 this. I want to fire off a Terra Blast here, and I want to see how much this is going to do.
he's gonna knock, so he does 31 to me. 16% with Terra Blast, okay. So that's Assault Vested. So that's good information. So it's not max def, so knockoff doing 31, so that means he actually has slight attack investment. Is he like max attack? There's a decent chance he could be like max attack with this thing. Alright, I'm gonna recover here. I think what I'm gonna do here is he's just gonna knock here. Right? He just knocks here. I can keep this healthy. I don't really want to lose my choice band. I think I want my Vega Shock here. I think I want to keep my thing around here. Alright, so I'm gonna get Sticky Webs up here. Alright, so we can actually see how much damage that knockoff does to my Vikavolt. So, Vikavolt, that should have done 47 to 56. Okay, so that did... If that's not max attack... Yeah, that's 100% max attack then. That's 100% max attack. So... What is this thing? I'm guessing it's max attack, max def? Petcheron, +2 to do 16. Yeah, it's probably like max attack, max def. Which is a very weird muck set. I'm just gonna get my Sticky Webs up here. I think I'm just gonna fire off a Bug Buzz here. Gonna Scale Shot. +1. So your Swords Dance, Scale Shot, Earthquake. As long as he lands these, he can. As long as he just lands his attacks here, Garchomp kind of does just win. Might Chi-Yu take a hit here? No, I cannot. Decidueye can take. Hold on. Doesn't take it. I think I have to go into. Yeah, I have to basically hope Ogerpon. Can my Petcheron live one hit? Earthquake, it doesn't. I think I have to rely on Asuka here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm just gonna fire off a Cudlitch here, though. I don't think I ever risk this. If they land Scale Shot, this game's over. If they land Scale Shot, this game's over. If they land Scale Shot, this game's over. That's game. I can't stop it. I can't stop it. That's our season, man. There was literally nothing I could have done. There's literally nothing I could have done there. And it's really unfortunate. You know, just lose your chance to make playoffs. And, you know, it's just how the game goes, man. You know, like, you know, he got in the position he needed to with his Garchomp, and he got it at the right time. Maybe if I had went for the Bug Buzz instead of the Sticky Whip there, I could have done something there. But I don't know, man. You can't predict these things. Maybe if I didn't Terra with my Corviknight... Terra with a Corviknight. Yes, I have a Corviknight. Yeah, if I didn't Terra, I would have still two-shotted him, so... Does he not have Earthquake? Why is he going for Scale Shot? Wow! I'm very shocked he risked that. I'm very shocked he risked that. Like, I legitimately don't understand why he risked that. I guess whatever, but... I don't know why you would risk that. You just risked that game for absolutely no reason. Why? Whatever, I guess. GG's. It's over anyways. Like, I generally don't know why you risked that. You basically could just thrown the game right there. Like, why throw the game? That literally makes zero sense. Because if you're offensive chomp, with my decision since I'm now a fighting type, like we look at this, right? You guys see this calc at +2. Earthquake kills. Why risk the miss with Scale Shot? I don't understand why you would do that. Because if you miss, that basically puts me back in the game, and arguably, it means I win the game. Like, I don't know why you would do that. Maybe they thought I was defensive, but they should know that I was banded or offensive since I did like 70% to them with my Terra fight. Like, I don't understand why they risked that. They could have just potentially given us a chance to win the game there. I don't agree with that scale shot play. I'm sorry, I don't. And I'll stand by that play. But doesn't matter. We're losers and our season ends because we got absolutely messed up by RNG and hacks. Like, there were at least two games we should have won. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No disrespect to my opponents that beat me, of course. But they both acknowledge that I literally won that game if it wasn't for that RNG and hacks. They have both admitted that I've won that game. We should have finished the season 4-4, pretty much guaranteed playoffs. But we get screwed over and screwed out of the chance to win. But just how it goes, man. We might come back for PUDL. I don't know. It's just frustrating to have your season come down to an end like this because of all the RNG and hacks. Now, like I said, there were some players in some matchups that I absolutely lost. So, like my week one and the one versus I believe Jax Powers. Those two, I'll take the L on those. I 100% lost those. But versus like the Boise Blaziken, the Boise Blastoise, and Jamarcus, we should have won those games. Those two games we should have won. This one, arguably, it could have gone another way. He had a really good team. Willow did into us, and it was kind of tough to prepare for this one. Really, um, the fact that Willow did risk it and basically gave us an opportunity to win the game, though, I'm shocked by that. But it's whatever, man. Our season's over. I'll have to think about if I want to come back or not. I don't know, but we had a pretty fun team, though. Let's kind of go over the team real quick. Lantern tried his best. Same with Dashbun. Probably never gonna draft. these mons again. Who knows? Decidueye, underrated MVP. An underrated MVP for sure. Vikable, probably never drafting this thing again. I just can't get Vikable to work. I don't know why I can't get it to work. It just does not want to work for me. I just don't think it's worth bringing anymore. Cyclozar actually was a bit disappointing. Um, was definitely a bit of a disappointment for me this season. Mostly because of the fact that I felt like with Terra, this thing should have popped off more. And there were probably some games where it should have, but we got screwed over by RNG, like the quick attack roll on the victory bell. Absolute low roll. And then basically from there, um um Cyclozar would have just had a field day clicking Terra Blast and normal spam. Like it literally could have just won on its own in that game. Petront, biggest disappointment. Probably will not draft that thing again. Skarmory really didn't get to come a lot. I just felt like there were some matchups that Skarmory just didn't do well in. Like, obviously, if I brought it to this matchup, it pretty much shut down that Garchomp. And arguably, if I actually had brought that set, it actually could have really went into a ham with it. But I don't know. Ogerpon Wellspring, I actually really did enjoy using this season. I do think it's actually a really great Ogerpon. There's just been 2 weeks now where this Ogerpon has been screwed over. 3 weeks where this Ogerpon has been screwed over. And 2 of the 3 weeks it won games that it should have, but got hacked. And then against GJ Snore, it was a 50-50 whether or not that thing could have actually had done some more work in the matchup. So I don't know, but it's what it is. I don't really care at this point. Their season's over. Clodsire was robbed of several opportunities to really pop off this matchup. Boulder really is a great Pokemon. I absolutely love Boulder. Didn't get as much of a strong run with Boulder that I would have liked, but Boulder did fantastic for us, and I'm very glad. And this is definitely one of my favorite monster drafts. Chiyu, I think, slightly performed better this time than JDDL. And 68, not honestly a bad record for it. I think I definitely did really well with this time, and I think I'm starting to really appreciate and like Chiyu now. But yeah, that's our season, guys. The only way we have a chance to make playoffs now is if they bomb real hard, but let's be honest, there's no shot we make playoffs. It's basically over for us. To all the players up here, I wish you all the best of luck. Um, Hopefully we have some nice clean games and everyone does their absolute best to win and just try their best, you know. And thank you, Kaz the Weave, for the opportunity to be a part of the league. Um, I may return for another future season. I may not. Who knows? But thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate this, and thank you so much for plugging my channel on your Twitch and for giving me some spotlight to have people check me out throughout your Twitch chat and everything, and for your server. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you so much for the love. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this video here, guys. Our PUDL season ends here. Best of luck to everyone in playoffs, and we will see you all for the next draft league, which is pretty much just NBA and JGDL, and I think there might be one coming up here soon. I don't know yet; it just depends on the time frame. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.